All right, welcome back to another one of our film reviews. Today we are talking Los Angeles Chargers rookie tight end Oronde Gadsden. Gadsden is emerging as a multifaceted playmaker for this Chargers offense, building a lot of momentum as they head closer and closer to the postseason. We'll break down everything Gadsden did so well in the Chargers' most recent victory. As always, in the comment section below, give us any feedback you might have. If you're a fan of these film reviews and want to help support us, consider becoming a member of our channel. There's a link in the description box below that will take you right there. But without further ado, let's jump right into the film. All right, let's get started with what I thought was one of the more underrated plays of the day. You can see the Chargers are backed up. This is after a Mahomes interception, and it looks like they're obviously going to try and run to get themselves out of the shadow of their own goal line. They're going to bring 44 in motion pre-snap, but he's going to leak out into the flat on a play-action concept, while 86 Gansston right over here, he runs a corner route. It's a fake by Justin Herbert, and then he's going to throw it to Gansston down the field. This is tight coverage, and this is a lot of trust, right? If this ball, while Gansston runs the corner route, gets tipped up in the air or intercepted, or he runs a bad route, like he runs a kind of curly route and allows a DB potentially to undercut it, or a linebacker to undercut it, it could change the game and completely derail the Chargers' hopes. But Gansston runs a great route and has great hands. This is one of those trust-building plays that has allowed number 86 to become a star for Los Angeles. Let's check it out. 44 in motion right there. There's a snap, play action. Herbert's got time, throws a dart, steady hands, first down. Nicely done. We'll take one more look at it from this view, then we'll look at the wide copy. You can see right there the play action. Everyone's firing upfield to stop the run. Herbert's waiting for him to get open and delivers a strike. And you can see, look at this throw. You got 23 underneath, over the top safety. You got linebacker trailing. If this ball gets tipped up in the air or it's intercepted or something like that from 86's perspective, it's a walk-in touchdown for Kansas City. Instead, steady hands, holds onto it, first down, Los Angeles. Nice work right there. All right, from the wide copy, you can see 44 in motion. You can see right here, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of traffic. This is a high traffic throw. The Chargers sure have a lot of these. I think it's by design because of the Greg Roman offense. I'm honestly not a huge fan of having so many guys in one area, but it works for them. So again, they know more about football than I do. Gansston right here, though, he knows more about becoming a playmaker than just about anybody else when it comes to rookie tight ends. A lot of people are waiting for some of these young guys like Loveland and Warren for Indianapolis. They're good players, but don't sleep on number 86, guys. He's, again, kind of sliding under the radar, but he's a crafty player. Again, good route, runs it well, gets open, strong hands right there. Holds on to the football after the contact. Again, huge play. Starting at their own 2 yard line, get a big first down coming out of the goal line, help change field position. Nice job, 86. All right, let's go with the running game now. There's Gadsden right there lined up as kind of a slot wide receiver instead of an inline tight end. And this is going to be a downhill pulling concept here for the Los Angeles Chargers. So they're going to bring 44 in motion in this direction. He's going to kick out. They're going to pull the backside guard right here as well to lead through the hole. Everyone else is blocking down except for the backside tackles. They're anchoring down right there. Running back's going to take the handoff and try and follow his blocks inside. But once all of these Chiefs defenders, once they see 44 come this way and they see the backside guard, there he is, pull around, they all go down inside just like this. And so the running back smartly bounces it outside, which means right there, number 86, let me clean up the picture, he's got the key block. He gets up to the safety and stays with it, helps open up a crease for a first down for the Chargers. Let's check it out. There's motion. There's a snap. There's a handoff. Bottled up inside. There's the bounce out. Good block from 86. First down. Nice work. These blocks downfield are so big in the running game, and having a guy like Gansston at tight end who can get downfield and get on safeties and showcase his effort, that's awesome stuff right there. And again, it doesn't go noticed, right? It doesn't, make the announcers really excited or anything, but it's good football. So right here, that's fine. You're doing your job. But it's this next level effort, staying with him the entire way, allowing the running back to cut directly behind his block. That's so big. I can't tell you how many times you see receivers and tight ends just kind of hang on for dear life or kind of lackadaisically go out there and don't do a great job. And it's only like a 4-yard run, right? The safety ends up coming downhill and making a tackle for a gain of 5. And it becomes 2nd and 5 right there. And, maybe the defense gets a stop a couple of plays later. Actually, this was 2nd and 7, so it could have been 3rd and 3, right? If you don't make this block, it's going to be a 3rd down situation. Then maybe the Chiefs get a stop. But here's the thing. Gadsden doesn't allow that to happen. Gets up to the safety, good stock block technique, under control, good base. But again, the effort matters. It's the most important thing to me when you're going to be a tight end in the blocking department. Are you showcasing high effort? Are you finishing the blocks in space, line of scrimmage? It doesn't matter. You got to be a guy fighting to the echo of the whistle. 86 does that right here, gets a first down. All right, this was one of my favorite plays from Gadsden, and there he is right there, tight end on the left side of your screen. And this is going to be an inside zone concept, to the offensive left, the right side of your screen from the Chargers. They're going to bring a man in motion this way, but he's going to circle back this direction before it's all said and done. Just for window dressing, it's going to be, like I said, a zone concept working to the right side of your screen. We're going to get a base block here, zone double T right here, working up to the next level. We're going to get backside scoops here, working up to the next level. And Gansston's got a really tough assignment. He's going to scoop and cut off number 56. Now, what the Chiefs are doing here, they're saying, listen, we're not going to let you run this play. We're just not going to let you do it. We're going to line up 56 instead of being outside the tight end like normal. We're going to line him up inside the tight end and have him crash down here in the line of scrimmage so he can blow up this play in the backfield, which means Gansston's got a really, really tough block. He's got to keep working to cut off number 56. And guys, he gets it done and finishes the play. It's not the prettiest block in the world, but I love the effort and I love the want to. Let's check it out. There's motion. Loose back around. There's a snap. There's a handoff. Has to bounce it outside. Gets north and south. Decent little play. But the problem is when you bounce it outside, what happens? Watch it right here, guys. Ref over there sees that shoulder tug. Throws the flag for holding. Not ideal. But let's look at Oronde Gadsden. Again, tries to work to cut off 56. Kind of getting pushed around just a little bit, but he keeps working to cut him off, getting him scooped. And that's all it comes down to. Can you get this defensive end scooped so that way the running back can work his way through it? And Oronde Gadsden did. Now, again, it's not the prettiest block in the world. I guarantee the folks over at PFF or other analytics platforms and other film review people may say, that's not a great block. But I can't tell you the number of times where teams line up this defensive end inside and they slant inside, the tight end can't get there, and it's a tackle for 3-yard loss, right? We all see that when we watch the games. It happens all the time. But Gansston doesn't allow that to happen. Again, he runs his feet, plays with high effort. He's willing to make himself look bad to help his team win. And I really like that from a blocking tight end in this situation. Now, I know he's primarily a receiving weapon, but I love his effort as a blocker. He's willing to, again, sacrifice some style points to help his team execute and win some football games. And it's a big reason why the Chargers have some momentum. All right, for the wide copy, you see 86 right there. Works to cut off 56. Right there, that's good. The problem is, right there, he kind of distracts him a little bit. But hey, they don't call that for holding, and I don't think it is holding, right? Kind of both grabbing all over each other. I'm okay with that. Now, they do get the left tackle right here at the top of your screen for a little tug right there. So it would have been a decent little gain. And again, Gansston's job right here, in terms of this play, is designed to attack the tackle's butt and potentially cut behind the guard. So he wants to make sure 56 gets scooped, and he does. And again, is it the prettiest play in the world? Is it going to put you on the highlight film? Are people going to say like, oh, this is the biggest, strongest, baddest blocking tight end of all time? No, not even close. But does it get the job done? Yeah, it does. And it will force the Chiefs and other teams going forward to get out of this funky defensive alignment. Because when you have tight ends like Gansston here that are able to cut off with these backside scoops, defensive ends lined up inside of them, that's a special skill to have, and it gives the Chargers a big advantage, just like we see here. Because again, by defensive structure, you can see, right, how everything's lined up. They get everybody basically pinned inside because they think that Karlaftis coming from the backside will be able to make any play, hawk it down from behind. But because Gadsden's able to seal him off, 30's able to bounce it right there while everyone's contained inside. Again, the little things matter, just like we see here from Oronde Gadsden. Nice job for the Chargers. Bright future in the run blocking game. All right, this next play is an effort play from Oronde Gadsden. There he is lined up kind of in an H-back alignment off the line of scrimmage right here. He's going to give a little chip out on this defensive end to help out his tackle. Then he's going to release him into kind of a drag route across the formation right here. And it's going to be one of those things where Justin Herbert doesn't look at him initially. He's got it all day in the pocket. Then it becomes a scramble drill. But Gansston shows great effort again. He's got the drag route that he turns into basically a follow the quarterback route, gets open, and it's a big play for the Chargers. Let's check it out. Pre-snap motion. There's a snap. Quarterback has time, runs out of it a little bit there, rolls to the sideline, finds Gansston, big first down. All right, let's break this down. All the way back to the very beginning. Tries to chip there a little bit, works into the drag route, he's covered. Quarterback's looking for someone to throw the football to, finally gets himself open for a first down. We'll look at it from the wide copy here in a second, really get a really good look at it. You can see Gansston right here. A little bit of chip help. Right here, the play looks done, right? He's running a drag route. You can see across 23, he's got him covered, and he's running right to another Chiefs defender. So what does he do? He works up the field vertically. Nicely done. He sees the quarterback scramble. Then what does he do? Right now, works back to the quarterback. Look at that timing, right? When does he work back to the quarterback? Right now. Right when he should, at the right distance, past the sticks, gets a big first down. This is such high-level route running here. And this is what the other guy who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, Kelsey, number 87, he's, of course, made a Hall of Fame career out of plays like this, right? Running a route, feels his quarterback scramble. So right here, Gansston knows where he's going to end up. He's working up the field vertically, but he knows he's going to break to the sideline. But he's trying to get number 23 for Kansas City to be threatened vertically to run with him, and then right there puts his foot in the ground, gets open. Because he knows right here, Herbert's scrambling. He knows Herbert's out of the pocket. He's like, okay, I need to work back to him. I just need to get 23 off me, and that's exactly what he does. Good hands catch there. This is all 86, guys, going all the way back to the beginning. Right, the assignment, chip block, like drag route. Again, right here, high effort play. Keep running, keep running. Good routes get open in the scramble drill. Big first down. All right, going back to the running game, and there's Gadsden right there on the right side of your screen, lined up in kind of an H-back alignment right here. And this is going to be a designed cutback off an inside zone look. So we're going to get zone double team right here on the backside, working up to the next level. Fullback's going to insert this way. Zone block right here, working up to the next level. And kind of a zone double team right here between Gadsden and the left tackle. But this is a situation right here, when you're Oronde Gadsden, you want to kind of sell a base reach in number 90 because you want this guy to widen out. Even though you understand it's going to be a design cutback going this direction right here, if you fire out inside like this, you're not going to sell the inside zone concept very well. And you may get DBs and safeties and corners and everyone firing down inside to really blow up the play. So you got to sell inside zone. So you're trying to reach number 90 essentially and stay reached. And that's exactly what we do here. 90 winds out with the block and then basically tries to jump inside to avoid the reach, which basically gets him completely out of the play. Let's check it out. There's a snap. There's a handoff. There's a cutback. Pretty well defended by Kansas City. All right, let's look at Gadsden right here. Little zone double team right there. Winds out number 90. Now listen, number 90 ends up jumping inside. Credit to him. But here's the key right here, guys. If you're not part of the cutback block right here on the backside, like 44 is, for example, your job is to make all these other guys think it's a standard zone blocking concept. And that means you got to base reach number 90 and sell it, and Gadsden does it right here. If you go out there, because right here, if you're 86, that's going to be a run, most likely right behind the center. If you treat it that way and try and, pin number 90 outside, none of these linebackers or safeties will read zone. So then they won't flow to you. They'll flow in their standard gaps, and they'll run right to the running back. But if you try and base reach number 90, what happens? You can see 23 goes wide, right? You can see the safety, the DB right next to you goes wide as well. You widen out number 90. Look how wide 90 gets, right? He jumps outside like 5 steps. Doing your job is important, and that's a really key thing. You have to be smart, high football IQ, and play with good effort, but doing your job, your assignment, in order to get everyone on the same page, especially for Chargers O-line, if we're being totally honest, has had its issues this year for sure. I think they're starting to figure things out. Got a long way to go, of course, but the reality is, guys like Gadsden, doing your job, executing your assignment, leads to the Chargers' success. All right, for the wide copy, you'll get a really good look at the action. There's Gansston in motion right here. There's a snap. Or is everyone feeling? It's feeling like it's zone. Everyone's going downhill to play the zone concept to the offensive left. You can see the cutback lane forming. Now, they don't block number 32, which is why this play's dead. But if they get a hand on 32, you can see the cutback, right? It's going to be a potentially huge play. But it only works if you have people on the play side selling it. And you got to have guys like Gadsden here, the key block right here in real life. He'd be trying to base reach number 90 just like he is right there. That's selling the inside zone. You can see the DB right there. He's playing the zone scheme coming right at him. You can see everyone else flying downhill, trying to play the zone scheme coming right at him. Why are they doing that? Because they see the offensive line and the tight end here, Oronde Gadsden, firing out as if it's zone. Again, doing your job, doing your assignment, critically important. Nice job here by 86. All right, I wanted to take a quick break from today's video to talk about something we're excited to offer, and that is weekly giveaways of a lot of high quality stuff. We appreciate our viewers, and that's why we want to give you guys the opportunity to join these weekly giveaways. There's a link in the description box below that takes you right to it. And this week we're talking about a $350 Yeti Tundra cooler like you see on the screen in front of you. Again, just go to the link in the description box below, enter in your email, and you have a chance to win. The drawings will be made every Sunday. You'll be announced whether you won via email, so make sure you check that out. Again, appreciate our viewers. Now let's get back to the video. All right, this next play is one of the more underrated plays from Gansston, and there he is right there on the right side of your screen. So what the Chargers are going to do here in this passing play is they're going to have the offensive line slide their protection to their right. Right tackle going this way, right guard going this way, center going this way, left guard going that way, left tackle going that way, which means the defensive end over here is unblocked. So what the Chargers do is they take 86 in motion pre-snap and handle them very quickly. Now it's a quick throw out this direction right here. That's the reason why you do a slide protection. You normally only do everyone slide to the same direction if it's going to be a relatively quick throw, and that's exactly what you get here. But it only works if you have a guy like Gadsden here that you trust, again, to come in motion. This is a long way, and then at the snap, pick up a defensive end. See it all the time. Tight ends and running backs in this situation, they come in motion, they try and pick up a defensive lineman, and they totally miss or they get decleated, and it blows up the play. Not with number 86 for the Chargers. He's a willing and effective blocker, working across the formation, and ends up winning the rep. Let's check it out. All right, there's a motion. There's a snap. It's got time. Quick throw. Nice gain. All right, let's break this down. Look at this pass protection right here. O-line all sliding to the right. You can see Gansston right there working across the formation, picking up the defensive end, running him upfield. Nice job. It's a quick throw, so you don't have to be, you don't want to be too aggressive and totally whiff, but you don't want to be passive either, and Gansston understands that with a really nice block, running the defensive end up the field. Again, doing your job, executing your assignment. Gadsden's technique right here, I love how he throttles down just a little bit. You don't want to go out there too fast and miss entirely and leave your quarterback hung out to dry. You want to make sure you get out there, do the motion, show the candy, show them the eye candy to the defense, right? Get them thinking it's going to be maybe working to the left, and then it's a pass play back to the right where you're coming from. Now you need to throttle it down, get into a pass protection stance. And again, not great, right? He's not an offensive tackle, though, so we're not asking for great, perfect technique. We're asking for you to get the job done, execute the assignment, help your offense out, help your teammates out, and that's what 86 does here. Again, working across the formation, throttles it down, picks up the defensive end, Herbert hits the open man. Nice job. All right, for the wide copy, you can see right there, Gadsden, right there, line up in the slot. Communication, they get their audible. He lines up kind of like an H-back. Now he goes in motion, picks up 51, runs him upfield. Easy completion, first down. Now here's the thing, guys. What does everyone see? They see Herbert throw, and they see the catch and the tackle. And they say, okay, good play. They don't see Gadsden working across the formation right here, delivering that key block to protect Herbert with the defensive end coming off the edge in a mismatched nightmare, supposedly, right? Defensive ends salivate when they go up against tight ends. Not in Gansston's case. Again, runs him upfield, doesn't like pancake block him or anything like that, doesn't just like outright dominate him, but does a really good job. Runs him around the hump right there. Herbert has no pressure at all from Gadsden's guy. Again, good pass protection effort right there from number 86. It's all part of doing your job, and that's a key part of why the Chargers love this rookie. All right, let's end on a really fun play from Oronde Gadsden. There he is right there, line up in kind of an H-back alignment on the left side of the Chargers offense. And it's going to be a play-action boot concept. They're going to fake the zone concept work in this direction, and Herbert's going to play action and loop this way right here. Gadsden's first assignment is to sell, again, the inside zone working that way, and then work out this direction right here, and then loop back around just like that. And he does a phenomenal job. You talk about staying with it. You talk about doing your job, getting open, and delivering a huge catch for your quarterback. That's exactly what 86 does here. Let's check it out. It's a pre-snap motion. There's a snap. There's a play fake. There's a bootleg. Herbert's got time, runs out of it, steps up, delivers a strike to Gansston for a huge first down. Nicely done. It's the little things, guys. Look at 86. Trying to sell zone, right? Trying to bait number 51. Gives kind of like a 80%, 70% effort, trying to make 51 think, oh, you got me there. And now he's ran out of the play. Nice job there. Gadsden gets into his route. Starts looping around. Basically becomes sort of the cleanup guy in case he's wide open. He almost never is at this point. Usually the ball's gone. And I say that because every team runs basically this play or a very similar concept. But Gansston right here, he gets open, wide open. Great throw by Herbert, right on the numbers. Yeah, right on the face mask, I'll say it like that. Huge play. And again, this is the Chargers offense. Gansston as a playmaking receiving tight end has been extraordinary, and he's getting better and better. Effort plays, next level thinking, next level strategy, getting open, helping out his quarterback. 86 is doing that in spades. But don't discount his blocking, whether it's as a pass protector in some instances or a run blocker. He can do it all. And the fact that he's multifaceted gives this Chargers offense a critical weapon that will be huge for them down the stretch. Oronde Gadsden becoming a star for Los Angeles.